Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how to run those pesky YouTube skip these ad commercials for your property. Have you ever been on YouTube and noticed that you go to watch certain videos and a different video pops up instead, and it says this little thing, there's a countdown timer, and it says you can skip this video in 5. Well, it might be annoying for you as the end user, but the truth is YouTube and Google, who owns YouTube, make a ton off these ads because they work so very well. And I'm going to show you how to drop a video like this for your property in front of people in your local market who might be interested in your house. So what we're going to do now is we're going to head on over to adwords.google.com. You're going to go to adwords.google.com and set up a quick account. And what I've done here is I've set up a new account here under a new email address. And I'm going to kind of walk you through what you're going to see and then show you how to run your ads. So I'll go here and fill out my email address and my website and click the little continue button down at the bottom. You might not see that on the screen, but I just click continue. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell it where I want my ad to appear. Okay, and the way to do this is to first set up a Google AdWords Google AdWords account by going to google.com/AdWords. Now, it may take you a few minutes to do that. Okay, and the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to head on over to Google AdWords. You're going to go to google.com/AdWords and set up your Google AdWords account. And that's where you're going to be able to advertise on YouTube. As I just said, Google owns YouTube, and you're going to be running your ads through the Google Ads interface at Google AdWords. Go there, set up your account, and then once you're all set up, come here, and your opening screen should look something like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click New Campaign, and for my campaign options, I'm going to pick Video, just like this. And I'll be skipped over to a screen here where I can name my campaign. You name it your property. I'll just use 123 Main Street as an example. I can set my budget. You'll do very well. Again, just like Facebook, you'll do well here at about $5 a day for a few days. You can turn this off and on, set start and end dates as often as you want. And I can choose a location. Now, the property I'm going to advertise is in St. Petersburg, Florida. I'll pick that. There's 433,000 potential people. I may want to come down here and do some advanced targeting if I want, and I'll show you that in a second. I'll just click Save and Continue. I'll leave my ad group here, and what I need to do now is grab any YouTube video that I want to advertise, and I'm going to assume you've gone ahead and uploaded your video to YouTube. I do this for every property I list. I'll go take a quick YouTube video, make sure it's on YouTube for these purposes. So I'm going to grab my URL now in another window. So I've got my video here. I'm going to grab the URL. You'll notice here when I uploaded to YouTube, I did a little bit extra to drive traffic back to different things I want. You could do the same thing using YouTube's editing features, maybe give your phone number, your email address, things of that nature. I'm going to copy now my YouTube URL, come back into AdWords, and I'll paste it right here. Now what should happen is it should find your video, grab it, and tell you that they're going to put it in. Our video ad format, we're going to use in-stream as our format. So pick that first option right here. And then our display URL is simply going to be the URL you want people to go to. And I'm going to assume that if you have your property marketed for sale, you probably have a website that people can go and find out more details about it. If you don't, you could use the URL to Zillow. If you've posted your property to Zillow, you could use a URL for Craigslist if you've posted to Craigslist, right? The posting URL for Craigslist. You could also create a Facebook page and directly link to that. In this case, of course, I have a a URL for myself that I'll use, and I'll type it in as St. Pete, Florida Real Estate.com. And if there was an individual page for this property, I would post that in here, right? Page property. And then my final URL right here. Those could be one and the same, of course. Companion banner, you could just click use auto-generated image. Don't get too complicated here. And then on your bidding section here for max CPV, pick the upper 8 range that they recommend. They say 10 cents to 29 cents. I'll go ahead and pick 29 cents, and that'll ensure that I get views. What usually happens is that the video's views come in much lower than that number. And one very cool thing to remember about YouTube skip this ad campaigns is that you're actually only paying for a view if people watch, I believe, 30 seconds of your video. If they skip before that 5 seconds is up, or even early on before 10 seconds, you're not going to pay for the view, but people are going to get a little peek at your house and know that it's for sale. And this is very, very useful when you think about the nature of the web, social interactions, and how people may, neighbors of the property who recognize your address may share it with their friends. This popular videos bid adjustment, if you want, I usually put 50%. Basically, it's saying that it'll bid a little higher if there's a lot of competition on a specific video. That's up to you. And you'll see here right on the side, YouTube is now telling me that at my $5 budget, I should get up to 100 views at about 10 cents per view based on my targeting. Now here's when we can have a little fun. I have additional targeting options where I can pick different demographics, and I may say, okay, my property is most likely going to be purchased by somebody in the 25 to 44 year range, and maybe I've got a bigger house. It's a neighborhood with a lot of families, and I want to only target parents. Right? This is very, very cool. Or I could target only women, knowing that in a lot of cases, women may be starting the home search process and then bringing their husband or their boyfriend in on the process. So I could target just women age 25 to 44 who are parents and click done. I could also get a little fancier and narrow my targeting in many other ways. For example, I could target people who watch HGTV, people who are surfing on Zillow, things like that. But that is very advanced, and I recommend you don't worry so much about that right now, as long as you pick the gender, the age range, and stay inside your local market, as we did on the previous screen where I picked St. Pete. You should do pretty well here. I'm going to click Save Ad Group, like so. And I am completely done. Other than that, right here, I'm being asked to link my YouTube channel for analytics to this AdWords account. You don't necessarily need to do that. I'll click Finished. And that is it. Within an hour or two, my video will start showing the tour of my house that I added here will start showing to people in front of other videos on YouTube who live in my area. This is very, very cool, a very direct way to let other people know that your property is for sale on YouTube. Hope you enjoy this, and if you think you would rather forego all the technical difficulties here, you don't feel like taking a video, you'd rather have me spend my money, you don't want to spend your own money to advertise the property, and you're getting ready to list with a real estate agent, I hope maybe you'll consider giving me a call. Thanks a lot.